Well, well. Again we meet. It seems you have a knack for cheating death. As a hunter, I see you have grown. The fire in your eyes burns stronger now. Fitting that our paths cross here, in the sacred land of the ancient hunters. Traces of their aspirations remain, both within you and without. Once it was so that hunters were born here, raised here, and would die on this soil. But in time, they expanded their horizons, crossing the sea to Azma. But that migration was only possible with the power of Karakuri. With the knowledge and technology possessed only by those hunters of old. Sadly, all that was no longer is. The haven the hunters built for themselves in Azma was washed away by the rain of 1,000 days. A great flood that covered all the land. What few hunters survived dispersed northward or westward, taking with them what little knowledge remained of Karakuri. All that was left behind crystallized to become the seed. So you see, all that was left behind now exists within you. You need only hunt, and trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow.
Over there, look! Oi!
Sorry to keep you. Your successful defeat of the kimono means we can proceed with the... Oh, what's wrong? Really? I haven't seen anyone. This place is far too dangerous for most. Anyway, never mind. Let's get on with the plan. You remember we discussed how you're enabled to conjure and command Karakuri anywhere you like? Well, the reason for that is intimately tied to a form of energy known as celestial thread. Think about when you create Karakuri out of nothing. Tendril-like phenomena appear, don't they? That is celestial thread. It's the motive force behind all Karakuri. If there isn't enough of it, Karakuri can't operate. The larger and more complex the Karakuri, the more celestial thread is required to power it. You've probably noticed already as you've been walking around that these ruins appear to be some kind of giant Karakuri. We can only imagine that at one time it was functioning as intended until, for some reason, the celestial thread here dried up and it ground to a halt.
For some reason. Due to stagnation of ki in the ground, perhaps?
Precisely. Ki and celestial thread are essentially the same thing. The ki here is not flowing. Fix that, and these ruins should come alive. Legend tells that this place is actually an elaborate machine used to divert celestial thread to another location. And I'm sure by now you can deduce what location that is. Yes! Minato! Which means that if we're successful here, all the Karakuri that have been gathering dust in Minato until now should suddenly spring to life!
I was starting to think I'd never see them working again. It's been so long.
What we're trying to achieve here is crucial to the survival of the town. The influence of the kimono is growing all the time, and we have no way to defend ourselves. Sooner or later, we'll be forced to abandon Minato. So after many long discussions among the elders, they decided we should work towards restoring the town's Karakuri to give us the means to fight back. Which is why your task here is to use your skills to wake up this ancient place.
Oh, Minato's Karakuri working again. I just can't imagine it.
It's exciting, isn't it? I have memories from my early childhood when they were still working.
The wall is opening up.
And look at the celestial thread weaving its way. Oh, this I have to study.
So, we did it!
Yes, we did! A great success! You played your part perfectly. Thank you so much. Now, let us hurry back to Minato and see the transformation.
Yes. I can't wait to see what's happening around town. Let's go! Let's get back to Minato as quickly as possible and see what it all looks like now. Amazing, amazing, amazing! I never dreamed this could happen! Everything is working again! It's like life has been restored to the whole town. Every Karakuri is working again! Oh, then the Karakuri at the forge will be... This I have to see!
Well, Natsuma's happy. To be honest, there are dozens of things I'd like to experiment with, too. And if you wouldn't mind, I'll be needing your help with many of them. Wow. Isn't this something? I expect you're dying to look around town. I know I am. Just think of the dust flying off all those old Karakuri as they spring back to life. The bathhouse near the town gates, for example. The hot waters will be flowing again. Ah, they don't need an attendant now. It couldn't have gone better. And it's all thanks to you.
Whoa! Talk about a surprise.
It all went exactly to plan. The town's Karakuri are buzzing again. I simply couldn't have done it without you, you know.
Oh, hunting again tonight? Oh, you want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. Right. We both better get back to work. Let's catch up again soon. How are you doing? You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. Right. Let's catch up again soon.
So you're back at last. Every single Karakuri in Minato is working again. I cannot believe it. Did you have a hand in this? Oh. Now, there's a smug smile. Nani? The one on the spirit isle? Yeah. You expect me to believe that? You're serious, aren't you? But was it really the same kimono, I wonder? The one I dispatched was 10 times my height, at least.
That's enough, Ujishige-san. The bird's as tall as your tail about it, and it gets taller every time. Let me tell you what really happened when they were attacked by that Dreadclaw on the Spirit Isle. Ujishige-san was escorting a gathering party, it's true. And a child was almost taken by the kimono. But as for this old samurai's claim that he dispatched it, well...
Yeah. Well, you know, I was just trying to inspire this one with some tales of great exploits. Even if they weren't entirely my own. And inspire you I did. You've added to your own great exploits now. Here's that little something I promised you for defeating the Dreadclaw that's been trembling ever since it faced me all those years ago. Right. Now, I have somewhere to be, so I'll bid you farewell for now. Well done, Chief.
Because the child that nearly got taken was me, to my shame. You see, I stole away in the boat that my father and the hunters took to the isle that day. When we landed and I climbed out, the Dreadclaw appeared out of nowhere. He was after me. While the other hunters scrambled for their weapons, Ujishige-san ran for cover. I was too scared to move, but he grabbed me and we took refuge in the boat. He claimed I was just in his path as he was trying to get away, so he had to pick me up. But I think he was trying to stop me getting caught in the fray, to be honest. He got into a lot of trouble with the rest of the hunters afterwards. They were furious that he left them in the lurch. He's got a good heart, you see? But he does love to boast. Don't hold it against him, though. You could be good friends.
Oya? What is all the commotion outside? The town, alive again, with the hum of Karakuri after all these years. Longevity lets us see so far into the looking glass of life. Dear Hunter, have you heard the unfortunate news? Of the corpse found along the Blossom Trail. They have identified the poor soul at last. A fine young farming fellow. such a waste. It was a customer of mine who happened upon the tragedy on his way to Minato via the Harvest Canyon. And now he comes under suspicion. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the work of Kemono. Yet not all appear to agree.
Because it's hogwash. Dansuke wasn't killed by any kemono.
Welcome back. Is my account really so hard to believe?
It makes no sense. Dansuke had some of the fastest legs in town. There's no way he would have let a kemono get him. Besides, I happen to know he got into a fight with someone from your store the day before he disappeared. If you ask me, you lot did him in, and then tried to make it look like the work of a kemono. No, but Kogyoku isn't one of us. She and her Crimson Treasury patrons can't be trusted.
You see what dreadful ill will befalls me? Could you possibly investigate the matter? A hunter's eye is what we need to see if this really was the work of Kemono or not. Or so say the skeptical few.
Waste of time. I'm sure these snakes will have covered their tracks. But go on. Be my guest.
I leave it in your ever-capable hands. I have some new... What would you like to purchase? Do you have all you need now? Oh.
Are you the hunter who went to the Spirit Isle? The one who made the wheel turn? It made Ji-san so happy. I want to say thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ji-san said it used to turn back in the day. That's before I was born. And he said it was a really big thing when it stopped turning. He tells me lots and lots of stories, you know? Oh, like the one about a huge tortoise on the Spirit Isle with coral on its back. Ji-san used to be a merchant, and he told me he saw a piece of its shell for sale once. Do you think there really is a kimono like that on the island? Could you go and have a look for me?
I've been meaning to talk to you. Such ingenuity here in Minato. Ah, the spirit wheel is turning again. Let us hope it is the first step towards a glorious recovery for the town. This represents every step you have taken on your hunting journey in this realm. Seeing you here.
Why are all the Karakuri suddenly moving?
Sumimasen. I just can't stop watching. It's so fascinating. This Karakuri can maintain a higher temperature in the hearth. That would mean I could forge various materials I couldn't forge before. So I'll be much more used to you now. To everyone in Minato, in fact. The times I've tried and failed to get all the things in this forge working again. Most of this equipment has been gathering dust. But now, it's had a new lease on life. Minato could thrive again, like in the old days. And it's all come about thanks to you. I honestly don't know how to express my gratitude. Nothing I could say would be enough. Just... arigato. Thank you so much. Now that the Karakuri are all working again, I'm eager to gather the materials I need to make these little ones of mine really shine. And it's got me thinking. There's this old hunter's camp up on the highlands to the north of the Blossom Trail. I've passed it a few times when I've been out looking for materials, but since no one's been using it, it's fallen into disrepair. If we could whip it into shape, I'm sure it would be a useful base to head out hunting from. Which would be good for both of us. What do you say? Do you want to fix up the old camp together? I'm ready to leave whenever you are. Which one are we talking about? Can I be of service in any other way at all? You can't afford to neglect the equipment that affords you protection, can you? Whew, I think that's about it. Do you have something particular in mind? Whew, I think that's about it.
Do you want some? Did you make all the Karakuri? What do you want? We done?